Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about GOTS. I'm going to go over what exactly it is, what it covers, and what to be aware of the next time you see the GOTS label. So let's get right to it. So what exactly is GOTS? So GOTS is actually an acronym which stands for Global Organic Textile Standard, also referred to as just simply the standard, which is the leading textile processing standard of organic fibers as well as ecological and social criteria in the entire world. This means GOTS covers everything from the processing, manufacturing, packaging, labeling, trading, and distribution of all textiles made from at least 70% certified organic natural fibers. To give you a better idea of some of the products which the GOTS standard encompasses, some examples include mattresses, bed sheets, linens, towels, children's clothes, women's clothes, and dozens of other products as well. One thing to note here, leather products are not part of the GOTS standard, so there's no criteria given by GOTS in regards to leather products. GOTS has two official label grades, organic and made with organic. All GOTS labels must reference the approved certifier, which is typically the certifier's name and/or logo, and the license number of the certified entity. You can then use this information to search and confirm if a product is still in fact certified. More on that in a minute. But first, let's start with the organic label. As you can see here, a product carrying the GOTS label organic must contain a minimum of 95% certified organic fibers, of which the remaining amount can contain up to 5% non-organic, natural, or synthetic fibers. And you can see where the certifier's name and license number would be at the bottom of the tag here. Next, the second official label grade from GOTS is the Made with Organic label, which must contain a minimum 70% certified organic fibers. For this label, you want to keep in mind that up to 30% can contain non-organic natural fibers, with up to a maximum of 10% synthetic fibers allowed. I did want to point out that a couple of exceptions here. The percentage of synthetic fibers allowed is different for a certain number of activewear products. For example, up to 25% synthetic fibers is allowed for socks, leggings, and sportswear, so just something to be aware of. A couple more items to note here. Blending conventional and organic fibers of the same type in the same product is not permitted by GOTS. Along with that, conventional cotton, angora, and virgin polyester are also no longer permitted in the remaining balance of fibers. The official GOTS site, which I'll link to in the description below, has a database that's public, which you can go in and search and plug in that license number or the name of the manufacturer, and it will pull up and confirm if that product or if that manufacturer, if that facility is still, in fact, GOTS certified. As you can see here on the official GOTS website, there are several search options and fields that you can select and or filter down your search, including a free text field where you can type in a company, facility, or product name and confirm if they are currently GOTS certified. So to GOTS' credit, they have actually been pretty strict in the criteria and making sure that companies are abiding by it. They have followed through and banned quite a few companies that have misled, lied, or made exaggerated claims to a certification body. To see the list of companies that are banned from becoming GOTS certified and from the input approval system, you can check out the full list on their website. I'll link to it in the description below. Founded in 2002, GOTS was comprised of 4 member organizations. The GOTS program was and has continued to be self-financed to avoid any conflicts of interest. The original objective was to harmonize several different standards into one coherent label. Part of this includes only accepting those materials that meet strict organic standards. At all stages through processing, organic fiber products must be separated from conventional fiber products and must be clearly identified. As you can see here, the criteria relating to the inputs, chemicals, and or materials used in the manufacturing of a textile product are very specific. I won't read off each one of these, but as you can see, a lot of the chemicals or inputs that consumers are often wary of are either heavily regulated or outright prohibited by GOTS. For those who are interested and would like to read through all of the guidelines listed out, I'll go ahead and include the full list in the description below. Based on the International Labor Organization guidelines, the following social criteria must be met by all processors and manufacturers. They must also have some sort of social compliance management in place with defined elements to ensure that each of the following criteria can in fact be met. Looking through the criteria here, these are all items that many of us take for granted, especially those of us in the Western world. However, unfortunately, in many countries around the globe, these are still not givens. And so the social criteria listed out by GOTS can serve as a verification that these elements are in place. The GOTS quality assurance system involves on-site inspection and certification of the textile processing and trade chain. In particular, operators from post-harvest handling up to garment making, as well as traders up to the import stage, have to undergo an on-site annual inspection cycle and must hold a valid certification as prerequisite in order for final products to be labeled as GOTS certified. A procedure for issuing GOTS-approved chemical inputs is in place to assure that processors who participate in the certification program use only GOTS-accepted chemical inputs such as dyestuffs, prints, and auxiliary agents. As for residue testing, there are just a few things to be aware of here. Stringent limit values for unwanted residues are clearly defined in the standard. And also, additional samples may be taken by auditors and sent for analysis to accredited labs if it is warranted. First, just wanted to say that the consumption of water and energy are, of course, one of the most important aspects in sustainability considerations for textile processors and manufacturers. So, as part of the environmental management criteria, GOTS requires that certified entities must have available and provide, number one, data on energy and water resources and their consumption per kilogram of textile output, and 2, target goals and procedures to reduce energy and water consumption per kilogram of textile output. It's also worth mentioning that companies are supported by GOTS in setting and monitoring realistic improvement targets regarding the process in the reduction of water and energy consumption. Currently, GOTS is on version 5, which was published back in March 2017. Each version typically lasts 3 years, upon which point a new version is written up that includes all of the new and/or modified criteria. So just a heads up, we're scheduled for version 6, which should come out sometime around March of 2020, so definitely keep an eye out for that. Currently, there are more than 100 individual companies in the United States certified to GOTS, with quite a few more expected in the upcoming year. The overall growth appears to be on the rise, as GOTS certification has seen a 25% increase in North America alone from 2017 to 2018. In terms of globally, according to their 2018 annual report, there were 5,760 GOTS certified facilities worldwide, which was an increase of 14.6% year over year, and the number of workers reported in the GOTS certified facilities worldwide grew to over 2 million, which was up 8% from 2017. So it appears that more and more companies are beginning to understand and appreciate the importance of having their products or facilities certified by a non-biased third-party certifier such as GOTS that ultimately has the consumer's best interests in mind. So there you have it. Hope you have a better understanding of what GOTS is, what criteria is assessed, and how to go about verifying if a product is in fact officially certified. So based on what you learned, do you think you'd be more likely to purchase a GOTS certified product now? I'd love to hear your answers down below. Thanks again, everyone. Look forward to chatting with you in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe if you would like to see more eco-conscious videos. Until next time.